Alright guys, Dokkan time again. So we got Burst Mode coming in with LR Omega later tonight at 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's in under 11 hours, under probably 10 hours by the time most people are watching this, if they watch it right away. So with Burst Mode coming in here, we will have to use Majin Buu and Mastered Evolution as categories restrictions. Now, normally I would say Mastered Evolution wouldn't be too bad, but they kind of got a little bit of the pretty bad restrictions. So Majin Buu Saga also is a little outdated, aside from the 8th Anniversary Z-Bomb duo. So this could be still proving to be a little bit difficult. There's really no upside for Global on this. We pretty much are finally catching up. Finally. The one thing I will keep in mind is that the easy A's for at least for the GT Goku could potentially help here. No, because you can't use STR. Yeah, I'm not really sure I don't think any of the easy A's coming out tonight either will actually help whatsoever. But anyways, we have 3 soundtracks you can get. The Omega Shenron theme. I believe this Omega Shenron theme is actually the physical ones, which isn't that great in my opinion. Personally, I like the original STR Omega Shenron theme, which is just very ominous. And then you got the Legion of the Shadow Dragon theme, which is basically the active skill, I believe, OST for the LR Battlefield Shadow Dragon unit. And then Map 5, I don't know what Map 5 is. That's probably just some random OST to give us. But anyways, so the stage is specifically for this Omega Shenron right here on Super 2. The strongest Shadow Dragon is the fight you'll be going into. Now, the strongest Shadow Dragon is a weird stage. It splits off into like a spider web of areas to go into. You can try to aim to fight any one of these units. Depending on the team you choose to bring, could make some of these easier, maybe a little harder. I mean, one of these first 4, you only choose between one of them. So Haze, Rage, Nataron, Shenron, or Oceanus would be the best, or going to be one of the ones you fight first. After you go through one of them, you'll go against Nova and Ice Shenron. And then after Nice and Nova, you'll go on to Sin Omega Shenron. But keep in mind, this is 3 separate fights. So if there's any units for stacking, you won't be able to start stacking until the start of the next fight, unfortunately. That's the part that makes this actually difficult, in my opinion. Sin Shenron actually does hit. I mean, his normals don't hit hard. His damage isn't that great anymore. But it's the fact that you have to buff up all the damage from the burst mode. So, I mean, he's going to hit pretty hard. He's got a pretty large hitting damage right here for his skills. He lowers your defense too, which is pretty rough. 40 and 50% lowering. And on the STR phase, you're getting locked. So with that in mind, by all means, you could potentially just say screw it and choose the locking factor for the part of the burst mode. But it's only 33% of the time, which means it shouldn't happen maybe 1 in 4 turns. So I probably wouldn't just lock all my units anyways. I don't think I would do that. Probably the easiest first fight you could go into is probably gonna be Nataron. He has the 2nd lowest health. Yeah, he's the 2nd lowest health. And he just lowers defense by 20%. He's an extreme type. But like I said, it really depends on what teams you bring. So, Majin Buu and Mastered Evolutions are the categories. And then the typings you can bring are Tech and Intelligence as one of the possibilities you can bring. Intelligence and Physical is another one. And then Tech and Physical. Now, personally, Tech and Physical is probably going to be the easiest runs for the majority of these teams. Though I have seen a couple runs where people attempted to utilize Intelligence and Physical. Why specifically, I'm not entirely sure. There's plenty of physical options to just kind of... It's not a big point difference. It's a 100-point difference. 8, 10, 9, 10, and 10, 10. I mean, if that 200 really makes it, or that 100 even really makes a difference, I'd be surprised. if you can pick better units, I mean, there's also that as an option. I did find this random Reddit post where some dude actually managed it with a LR Majin Vegeta team. This is a rough team to bring because the Majin Vegeta doesn't have Trunks with him. Without that Trunks, he doesn't really pose much of a good tanking opportunity. Yeah, I would rather bring 2 Super Saiyan Vegetos. I would rather bring the Vegetos as double leads because they're a Majin Buu saga. I mean, if they get hit with a Super, yeah, you're in trouble, but you're not going to be any better off with a Vegeta taking it, especially if it's a pre-Super hit. You know, I mean, that Vegeta's good when he has Trunks and when he gets enough orbs. If you don't get enough orbs, then he's just a sitting duck. So, but that's just my personal opinion on that one. But yeah, your options for Mastered Evolution are pretty grim as well. I mean, you got Trunks, you got the Z-Bomb duo, you got the 7th Anniversary Gods. The key thing about all these units is they all need to build up in some form. And in this fight, you go into 3 different fights. So you're not building up until you enter each one of the fights. So that'll be the hardest part about this burst mode, is that you're going into 3 different fights, and you're going to have to start stacking up again and again and again. So, but anyways, guys, let me know if this burst mode is going to be tough for you. Do you have a good Mastered Evolution set? Do you have a good Majin Buu Saga team in mind? Let me know what teams you use. I'm curious. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good day and a good night.